In the heart of a remote African village nestled along the banks of the Nile, lived Kofi. His name means born on Friday. Curious and spirited 15-year-old boy. From a young age, Kofi felt a deep connection to the ancient stories passed down by the village elders. Tales of pharaohs and pyramids, of kings and mystical powers, captured his imagination like nothing else. One hot afternoon, while tending to his family's sheep near the riverbank, Kofi stumbled upon an old, weathered stone tablet half buried in the sand. Intrigued, he carefully brushed off the dust and revealed intricate hieroglyphs carved into its surface. Despite not being able to read them, he sensed a strange familiarity with the symbols, as if they were calling out to him. That night, Kofi dreamt of a majestic city with towering pyramids and temples adorned with gold. In his dream, he walked through bustling marketplaces and gazed upon statues of powerful pharaohs with skin as dark as ebony. One figure, in particular, stood out, a towering statue of a regal pharaoh with a distinctive crown adorned with symbols resembling those on the stone tablet he found earlier. When Kofi awoke, he couldn't shake the feeling that his dream held a deeper significance. Determined to uncover the truth, he sought guidance from Nana Kwame, a name means distinguished born on the Sabbath, the village historian, renowned for his knowledge of ancient legends. Nana Kwame listened intently as Kofi recounted his dream and showed him the stone tablet. With a solemn expression, Nana Kwame explained that Kofi's dreams and the tablet were not mere coincidences. They were signs of a lineage that stretched back to a forgotten chapter of history, the era of the Black Pharaohs who once ruled Egypt. Long ago, during a time when Egypt was united under Nubian kings, known as the 25th dynasty, there existed a powerful pharaoh named Sahaka. He and his successors brought prosperity and cultural renaissance to Egypt, leaving behind a legacy that blended Egyptian and Nubian traditions. As Nana Kwame delved deeper into the village archives, he uncovered ancient scrolls and artifacts depicting the achievements of the Black Pharaohs. Written in the tablets also is the king's hope that the descendant would rediscover their lost heritage and bring unity to the lands once more. Overwhelmed yet emboldened by this revelation, Kofi embraced his newfound identity. With Nana Kwame's guidance, he studied the ancient language and history of the Black Pharaohs, honing his understanding of their customs and beliefs. Kush, the Egyptian name for ancient Nubia, was the site of a highly advanced, ancient Black African civilization that rivaled ancient Egypt in wealth, power and cultural development. In Kush dwelt powerful and wealthy Black kings who controlled the trade routes connecting Central Africa with ancient Egypt. The Egyptians, who had few natural resources of their own, sought the precious, exotic products of Central Africa to satisfy the demands of their luxury-loving populace. By about 1500 BC, the Egyptians, feeling threatened by the Nubian kings, invaded Kush and conquered it. For the next 4 centuries, the Egyptians exploited Kush as a colony. Egypt's wealth in gold came from the desert mines of Kush. The Egyptian word for gold is Nab, which is thought by some to be the origin of the name Nubia. Centuries later, the prophet Isaiah would refer to a Kush of warring wings, likening its army to a locust. Around 730 BC, Kush's warrior hordes turned the tables on a weakened Egypt and conquered it. This event established the Black Pharaohs of Kush. They ruled an Egyptian-Nubian empire that extended from the Mediterranean to the confluence of the Blue and White Niles for 60 years. Historians would count their reign as Egypt's 25th dynasty. The Kushite pharaohs promoted a renaissance in Egypt and incorporated Egyptian culture, art, and philosophy into their homeland. They built magnificent temples at Jebel Bakol and Meroe, filling them with statuary, cultic implements and religious papyri, which became the inspirational force for their culture for centuries to come. The pyramid, abandoned as the proper tomb type by Egyptian kings 1,000 years earlier, was revived by the Kushites and used by their monarchs for 1,000 years, which is why today there are many more pyramids in the Sudan than in Egypt. Word of Kofi's discovery spread throughout the village, attracting the attention of scholars and archaeologists from far and wide. They marveled at his natural affinity for the ancient scripts and his intuitive grasp of the forgotten lore. Months turned into years as Kofi continued his journey of discovery, traveling to ancient sites along the Nile, and even to the storied lands of Egypt itself. Along the way, he encountered challenges that tested his resolve, yet he never wavered in his quest to honor the legacy of his ancestors. In time, Kofi became a symbol of hope and inspiration not just for his village, but for people across Africa and beyond. His story echoed through the corridors of history, reminding the world of the enduring legacy of the Black Pharaohs and their contributions to human civilization. As he stood before the majestic pyramids of Giza, Kofi felt a profound sense of fulfillment. He knew that his journey was far from over, but with each step, he was forging a path that connected the past to the present, a path that would inspire generations to come. And so, under the hot rays of the desert sun, Kofi vowed to uphold the legacy of the Black Pharaohs, to honor their wisdom and courage, and to ensure that their stories would never again be forgotten.
أفريقيا وينيني أنا سوداني أفريقيا وينيني أنا سوداني